Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story of incredible resilience. A story about a field that many thought was on the brink of collapse, but instead, it stood firm. This is the story of how our medical system faced an unprecedented storm and refused to break. Not long ago, the world was hit by a challenge unlike any we'd seen in our lifetimes. Hospitals were overwhelmed, resources were stretched thin, and the people on the front lines, our doctors, nurses, and countless healthcare workers, were pushed to their absolute limits. The news painted a grim picture day after day. Pundits and experts predicted a system-wide failure. They said the pressure was too much, that the cracks were too deep, and that it was only a matter of time before the whole thing folded. From the outside, it might have looked that way. The long hours, the emotional toll, the constant uncertainty was a perfect storm designed to break even the strongest among us. Every day was a battle, not just against a relentless virus, but against fatigue, fear, and a feeling of being completely overwhelmed. They were fighting a war on two fronts, one in the emergency rooms and ICS, and another within their own hearts and minds. It's easy to see why so many observers thought the end was near for our healthcare infrastructure as we knew it. But then, something remarkable happened. Right at the edge of the cliff, when it seemed like there was nowhere else to go, the medical community didn't fold. They dug in, they adapted, they innovated. We saw retired doctors and nurses coming back to the front lines, and medical students graduating early to lend a hand. We saw engineers and everyday people 3D printing protective gear in their garages. Companies shifted their entire production lines to create ventilators and masks. It was a mobilization of spirit and ingenuity on a scale we've rarely witnessed. What the predictions of collapse failed to account for was the human element. They underestimated the sheer determination, the compassion, and the unwavering commitment to saving lives that defines the medical profession. Scientists worked around the clock, sharing data across borders in a global race to understand the enemy and develop vaccines in record time. Logistical experts rewrote supply chain playbooks overnight. Telehealth, once a niche service, became a lifeline, connecting millions of patients to their doctors from the safety of their homes. This wasn't just about holding the line, it was about building a new, more resilient system in the middle of a crisis. They transformed parking lots into testing centers and conference halls into makeshift wards. They found new ways to treat patients, new protocols to keep their colleagues safe, and new strength they never knew they had. Every single day, they walked back into the storm, not knowing what they would face, but driven by a profound sense of duty. They held the hands of the sick, they comforted grieving families through screens, and they became the bedrock of hope for a world gripped by fear. So, when people say the medical system almost folded, they're missing the most important part of the story. It bent, it strained, and it was pushed to the very edge, but it did not break. It held together because of the people within it. This is a testament not to a flawless system, but to the incredible strength of human spirit and collaboration. It's a reminder that when we work together, driven by a common purpose, we are capable of overcoming even the most daunting of challenges. The fight isn't over, and the system still needs our support to heal and rebuild stronger than before. But let's never forget the moment when everyone thought it would all come crashing down, and instead, our heroes in scrubs showed the world what it truly means to stand tall. Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.